my name is Apostle Baksay. I'm one of the supreme apostles in some see eternal Lord Jesus Christ. And the Church of Jesus Christ is literally saying, with zero bank insurance. And we are going to do this sorts of questionnaires that will be true or false. The accuracy might feel the Supreme Apostle Baksay is the Supreme Apostle. And I realized that this questionnaire of my bank is actually a Lloyd's bank. So I actually like to have uh, also the banks which are Utah. And I have like the Utah Bankers Society's website. I think it was uh, Facebook. And I was missionary. I was clear before, but then after I was now in my bank, it was assuming it unclear and regarding all matters. So I'm thinking myself, what should I do with my insurance and my well, with I just build a house that I about building rather. So I could not get everything of insurance now, but what I could is I could realize how good most of the Father and His Son Jesus Christ and saints, such as those some slave deeds and those who lack translated deeds. I didn't realize that I am a journalist. I started long ago this film approximately 10 years ago, some years ago that I'm a journalist. And I'm also a lady said, how do I know that I'm true or I'm a true journalist, politician, that I'm really um, supreme apostle of Jesus Christ? The spirit of truth, part of the Holy Ghost, man may know the truth of all things. It's really the book of Barnabas, wisdom of Jesus Christ here, Moroni, chapter 10, verses 3 through 5. Now, how do we know that I am super apostle? I have a project. My project, my plan, is a similar to those due to God manual projects and plans and for personal progress for young women. So I look forward to all the young men and young women who would like me to BYU. I hope it's all of them. Without BYU student, they might think to change their project and like it according to my project. Now, my project is for members of the Church of Jesus Christ to listen to the translation to heavenly glory and to ascend to highest heaven. He said most of this time, Mr. Hinckley already passed away and his body second falls, and Mr. Hinckley also, and Sister, and now this is our perfect name. Francis, Beverly, Jonathan Monzo, I'm about all these. Ready to go more from there and Greenboat. And how do we now say to one another in these times of exceeding speed, in this time of greater marvelous gifts and greater marvelous losses? I think we shall help one another to believe in Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, as he was 33 years old, he ascended to heaven. Such a famous truth. So can we believe that Jesus Christ came as he was 33? Can we believe that it was a challenge and a commandment to ask ourselves to be translated to heavenly glory and hate to ascend? Now, President of First President is 85, maybe 86 years old. Congratulations, President Moses now. Birthday child. Happy birthday. Happy 86. President Moses maybe 87. I'll let you check. Next to my mind. As I'm starting to ascend to heaven. Brothers and sisters, I'm already from moods starting to ascend to heaven immediately, and I'm still here. So if any of the people would like to help me to, maybe I need to be wealthy. Maybe I can get better insurance. or maybe I'll just be successful in applying for a vegan project. And I seen the website on the vegan website there was vegan funding, veg funding, vegan funds. Well, there's a website in the United States of America, worldwide on the internet. And on the website, men can turn vegans. I am actually vegan. I just at the moment can depend vegans in advocate vegans only. Well, I as vegan partake of vegetarian foods because my family is so limited. And the vegan food seems so expensive to me. But I'm sure if I would be funded, I'll turn vegan. I understand Jesus Christ's blessing us. Like, so the Church of Jesus Christ, the letter says, make you repent and can have some more of life. Um, is there anything more I can share about how can man be true and how can man marry in heaven, in the temple in highest heaven, the presence of Elohim in heaven? Maybe I might be married in Salt Lake Temple, as I mentioned in such Thomas Vincent Monson, or General Vincent Officer of Jesus Christ, literally saying, I might introduce myself that I am a true disciple of Jesus Christ, that I am very famous in heaven and on earth, so all eternity, that I am Zion. See, Zion's TV or Zion's, any searching about Zion is about me. How can that be? There's some often true that Zion is somebody else. Zion is actually Jesus Christ himself. So in the name of Jesus Christ, I believe that I'm Zion. If you like to help me to know how it is possible. I also believe that Zion is still covered to Shalom. So I actually, I just not in love for a moment. So if my duty is done as we are in love, I believe that for young men and young women, it is very important to read the Holy Scriptures every day. After they read the Holy Scriptures, they might look for friends that are so mighty to help them to have that permission. And it is really true. It helps us to be kind. It helps us to be chaste. It helps us to keep the way of wisdom. So we might have trust in heaven. For being a perfect example, and beauty of our young men and young women might be more lasting. So now I was actually in line, I continue on being in line, but I have your monitor next to it, and young women, the ceiling in line of the Samson. So I think that if you can see a meeting of a possible as diet and as Shiloh, pardon, as Shalom, you might consider also as Shiloh. Shiloh and Shiloh. I actually see because there's three mountains over there in Jerusalem nearby. There's Shiloh where the Ark of the Covenant was in the center, and there's Zion. Just by me, no, you discover why Zion was actually situated uh, southwestern from Mount Shalom. And then at Mount Shalom there was a temple, and for some time there was a cross or more crosses. The mount part of the Mount Shalom Calvary. I think that we might forgive one after completely, and that we might help me to know about to more that I am going to get miracle. I am there promised Shiloh to move together people is still me personally, literally. And my daughters are daughters of Zion. Without my rather the personal presidency, and person also might have some holidays we might committee maybe Spiritual Church and Department of Downfall and Building Department. The down department and prison one maybe I just thought it was actually sending his wife to hospital to that in my team. So you're in the department of temples and you actually didn't win. And as a comfort, which is a man saying in the compilation some comfort for President Monson. As a comfort, I actually react on Zion's TV, so maybe we might get me a better haircut. And maybe we might get me a wife. It's not really matter since I see one young woman in the reception. I think that we might have it together that experience to Alright, so I'm actually sustaining general office of this calculations from their team, and I think if I would present this president, there will be 10,000 for each member per day. And not having to appear around as we receive 5,000 per day. So I think that's quite wonderful. I'm writing all, well, not even members of the physical organization, but the members of the baptizing of the physical organization, I testify. But the baptism, the physical organization, is gate, and our translation or an ascension to higher heaven. For each dead individual that is baptized in the physical organization. So we can't do anything more. Yes, we can. When each individual is baptized in the physical organization and entered by the gate, only gate on earth. So I believe we can use the word of wisdom some more. Now, word of wisdom is formally. I think the best word of wisdom is Jesus Christ. As he was first time 62 years old. He's almost 2 years I 2 years ago I was 32. So now I'm almost 34. And I did my heavy Christian. This resolution on John Board of this resolution about the former first president, so this resolution from there. We can do something more for translations of our ascension to heaven. I think the transfiguration of this Christ did then, and this Christ was transfigured now. With so much eternal glory to Peter, James, and John, and was conversing with Moses and Elijah, about the great amount of ascension of Jesus Christ was about to come to the time. I think this is the most favorite of wisdom. Jesus Christ ascended to heaven. Also, in the first day, as he was resurrected from Jerusalem, as he said to Mary and Magdalene, touch me not for heaven and Father. As well as the other time, 40 days later, 10 days before Pentecost, Jesus Christ ascended to heaven and he flowed out of the sight of the saints. And the saints was experiencing those two other dressed in white apparel. Say, that's me. Why are you gazing towards heaven when you man of Galilee?
You can't do it that way. You
How we
have
not
to film
Jesus
it.
Christ will return to you.
It's going to show it the same way that it's on film.
And Jesus Christ left out of the sight of the saints.
I honestly don't know how to use
I
YouTube,
think
so
so.
I don't know. I have no idea how to do it. No idea.
Now the word of wisdom. To help us to understand the word of wisdom, we kind of change the
The thing is,
the
that's
better
just
frames
film like
and models.
shows the image.
I'm sure that we ultimately offer better wisdom. Now I, since 2012, am also a television advocate of all vegans. Which is really
No, I don't think you can
correct
do
to
that.
be vegan or
The way
vegetarian.
that you, like, for example, you see that bird?
So everyone helped me that I really was convincing at least
So you never have to
There's President Monzo or President Mineralme or anybody else who like helped me to convert all those keepers of the vegan phones, farming, those men like that I might become such a worldwide famous vegan advocate if possible. But I'm sure they have different protection of their phones. So men need to go through checks. And there are some who was always having in as much wealth they could be uninterruptedly only vegan food eating. But I was personally for 4 years, and my interruption was almost none. It needed to be really something like a Great War or almost a Great War. The military forces was testing that I was feeling some days exhausted. But those who are wealthy is no problem. Most of the birds are made possible to stay free from a military influence, from military oppression. Americans keep the free agency and don't need to sign papers with lots of free agency, therefore they might also keep their vegan forms. So 4 years vegan, I think it's already qualifies for wonderful support. The biggest at the moment since 2011 until now, 2013, I actually am vegan, who, but they vegetarian food. I think that PJM actually saying about Jesus Christ, supreme apostle of Jesus Christ. And to it, I also decided to do such a vegan formulation. I very much stayed through all the stages to be persuaded that I was really as organized, and that I was abstaining also from bread and also from chocolate. But not worthy of wine. Now, I am actually a vegetarian here in London, but it's like if I wasn't vegetarian all the time. So it's the thing that I was also very interested. I think that it is such a similar um, lesson for 4 years later that I can marry someone from Lindsay or brings me exceedingly similar, and that I can have business for at least 100 million growing and Baksay and vegan food and selling in restaurants, vegan restaurants. So 100 million is not too much. I'm telling you that also 200 million is not very big business. But maybe they don't see it as a big business. I can also have 100 or 200 million clothing, vegan clothing business. More like a vegan dress in white clothes, vegan dress in white dresses. I like also accommodation that are white color, so some white bricks, white stones, white interiors, of white frames, white food, especially white books. Maybe also white grass in Portugal, a wide variety of plants. I think it actually have a little bit of art I also do. This is my original poetry. Every summer Mario Jacob for almost each man or every sex man. And I think also Jackson can have some more. I mean, men might accept to have special dogs who like us and we only accept it that also the owners of things like children might be owners and they might have them and they understand and then they also might give that to their children the owners do and they might understand. So I remember Jesus of sorts of giving all things to others and then he understand it. So I feel my right is wonderful, and glorious love. Living my presence of Elohim and Yahweh also now on, and all those viewing, watching, loving. My presence, I know about her return to love you more radically.
Wow. That's not bad going.
There we might think of me as television, maybe. I'm really more television. Especially in Australia, so good. So I actually like to. I would like to have economical counselor about the values of companies. The next president, I think, absolutely. These are my testimony person. My desire to ascend to heaven, or the president most offers in Romney, my inner circles of fun, all the support. We're excited to have me in Utah. And European will have wonderful example. As all the American presidents will be essential to have an success plenty. And we also want to say about testaments. The man whom I write testaments, whom will anything belong, from them belongs. So we can be also wealthy. And don't this is right, who knows anything is really possible. Everything or anything Jesus Christ to accept. He was kind to one another, he was not he was really vegan. They can be really lovely. The only was Jesus Christ, so that Jesus Christ. So anybody who thought anything which was not Christ, technical Christ, or which was not for us to really um, correlate with the will of Elohim and Yahweh and highest heaven, because they are not. Well, yes, it's really to correlate between Elohim and Yahweh and highest heaven. Now, we might be sure that I really have chosen the better option. That the vegans are really to be defended, protected, and the man to be convinced is vegans. I'm having here food samples, not, I don't have food samples. Therefore, I actually now I'm going to have there sorts of on-table food. So certain food is just to be otherwise esteemed as basic. So I am going without fun. So I'm also vegetarian. But I'm sure that later years I will have some more brands. We can accept this video to Zion's TV. Also, we have my pledge for having real brands, many brands, consisting of great multitude of brands, consisting of men, women, and children. They're in my like open city of Zion, open city of Jesus Christ city. So Jesus Christ, open city of Zion, of Jesus Christ. but an open Jesus Christ. No, Jesus Christ is open. But somehow we will go city might have also the boundaries, the geographic boundaries, or it might be just spread around cities, like an open city. And this was the first mother about my kids. When Jesus Christ was prophesying about such wonderful accomplishments, first to get people together in health, and then also to particularly accomplish the actual ascensions of man, woman, and children into higher degree of celestial glory. So Jesus actually stated there these words that I was, that you have seen me do, you also out to do. And even greater deeds, for as I am ascending to heaven, I'll be your advocate with the Father in heaven. And I'll speak for you with the Elohim and the Father in heaven. So in my heaven, the greater deeds by disciples of Jesus Christ. Now I'm supreme disciples of Jesus Christ, so actually even more glorious. Hold your testimony that I will allow to lead society. So who did somebody please? Who somebody please blessing in the hometown for Luke society? When man might have a loan to build his compound, or man might repair the old compound, or man might have some money and employ man with an angel together as family. I'm not saying children need to live very happy, but they might maybe just be there and maybe kind of good or good to also help me as man would say, thank you. I'm very happy. So I think that we ought to have, and everyone might have some musicals because we have musicals. Many musicals. My friends is accomplishing maybe 800 musicals, almost 300. Also 300 musicals, man, especially if there were some repeated musicals. Joseph Baksay, Baksay, I was born with Baksay. He was the grandson of national president of our national Czechoslovak national bank. So I'm such now. But mainly there was my relatives who died super important to these guys. So they were having all these glorious gifts because my mother was a really society, his mom also, and their father's name Bezek, Father Bezek. And that's when my grandmother was living in a place on River Ottawa near Prague, in Czechoslovakia, and that place was named Bezek. So that's where we had it in Sandy in America. That's actually a wonderful place to say, no, everything except that is going to be here. So I'm so happy about it. So we have a book of more musical too. And this time I will let you know how many musicals you're going to watch and how I'm going to watch now. I'm listening. I'll say. My grandfather, for example, was Captain America. He's going to still American grandson and grandson and granddaughters. And he was partisan, so I was only partisan of Americans. I also, Captain America, had grandfather's name is Nikolai. Also, all the Nikolai in New York. Then for a moment, so that he might have some more influence, some more funding for his marvelous project of EPD of the House of God as a second time. For EPD of the House of God as a second time, already among us. It did not deal with getting out, maybe repeated several times. Now about vegan. Now, as Adam and Eve was the Garden of Eden, Elohim Yahweh descended to them and was instructing them on this way. And instructed them, multiply, replenish the earth, subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, or in the sea, and waters of the sea, and rivers, and over the fowl in the air, and over every creature in all the earth, and partake only of those heads, and our attention, to partake only of those heads that are pleasing to the sight of God, and good food in the sight of God, freely, the food of thanksgiving. 2 months ago, my dentist told me that I need to have a pause from dentist in 2 months. And I went to Mira after the visit, and I was white willing instead of gold. So I was still not knowing what is happening in my mouth. I'm still on the operation 2 months off, and then I waited out really 2 months off, and then I came feeling in the mirror, and I'm not myself. That was maybe because they're doing me extra. Some people would not normally in Christ, but they say if these two results might have life again. So I'm most likely implant this blind spirits and also restoration of my head hair, or long hair that it might seem like I maybe not, I really have glorious growth. Thankfully, you got a good sisters from Predator, your sisters really exciting young women. I actually need also growth. So I'm 175 centimeters high. It's not very high. I believe that children can grow if I grow. So all children can also grow. So I had your research philosopher said, but if you grow, other children grow at all. So I believe the children will grow, even if I grow, and I'm planning to be 2 meters and 13 centimeters. So listen, if you help me it, um, it's almost 7 foot, I think. It's not small, it's really 7 foot man. So that will look like this in 2 months that I'll start grow. Then I'll be, and maybe I'll get also PC. Now I'm still 175, playing the picture. William, you have as most basic as musical. So I'm listening to Josef Ansa Baksay, Elohim Baksay. If everybody knows how many musical Josef Ansa Baksay and Elohim Baksay being organized, in Slovakia there was fascism. There was first person organizers. The Germans, Austrians, and Slovakians fascists together organized. My name is Super Baksay, or Baksay or Baksay or Baksay. As a border. And then in reading up to 3 miles across, was magnified the place where in place Shalom there was ever a king. And he was commanded to Abraham, his name is Melchizedek. He was commanded to Abraham red and white. And I think because we're abstaining from alcohol, during my such wine, there is at least on the side of the 50% of food from the feeling without alcohol. There is also alcohol-free wine. I remember as I bought in Sanford alcohol-free wine, the such spirits come into my mind that I was drunk just already by buying and I was not drinking. And then there was alcohol-free wine drinking, I was also drunk and I was wondering, what is wrong? Is it really drinking alcohol really long as so I actually drink wine? So can I drive a car, I tell myself, or do I need taxi to drive? So, what are some risk glories? We can keep the commandments of Jesus Christ. We can preach the equity of the household of God as Jesus Christ has spent time already among us. And we may also help one another by taking one of those steps that leads us to the sight of God and food and sight of God. Feel the spirit of thanksgiving. Read the glorious help to recognize me, Spirit of Apostle Baksay, as president of the Jesus Christ Listens, the election of General Board of Jesus Christ Listens picture. On General Board of Jesus Christ Listens about the form of the presidency of Jesus Christ Listens, the purposes our ascension to heaven, and about this new time of Jesus Christ through my ascent personally from 2013 to 2019 onward. An hour ago, musical. If anybody would like to phone call me, how many musical Joseph Ansa Baksay was earlier, Baksay, my telephone number is +44 750 507 for Americans and 0750 507 for Europeans. So I also am grateful with family Seibel and family, one family, the thing I like now, remember the good friends with Dieter over the Anton Mountain, family of Dieners. They were founded in prison the first time, actually I was already presented since Jesus Christ Lessons in October the 1st, 2000, exactly 2 hours before the dedication of the Massachusetts Temple for Sister Adams and for Sister Romney. They were dedicated a temple in Cambridge, Massachusetts, Boston Temple. And 7 hours later by President Gordon, Mr. Hinckley was maybe already accommodated there at Boston. At the time, as I in Hamburg, we had already a morning, and I was just confirmed member by Jan Dieter over Mansfield, by Jan Dieter Mansfield. I was confirmed, and immediately I was ordained a priest. I was certificate Christian holder of the Most High God in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And then later, the side was thank you. I'm forgiving you. Your sins are forgiven. I have the authority, so I dedicate this video to the Most High Father, Elohim, and His Son, Jesus Christ. By the authority of the Holy Order of the Son of God, and in the name of Jesus Christ, Master of Music, and Apostle Baksay, I was set apart for a missionary, full-time proselytized missionary IRC calling from Salt Lake City by President Hinckley, and I was really staff of the sign of President Hinckley. So personally, I felt like if the office of President Hinckley, the powers of heaven came to me and starts of getting me in order. I was somewhat harsh to me, but however, I searched the book on the Son and as I opened the envelope with the calling, I was reading Preston, England, MTC. So I was here for another 6 years, 7 or 9 years after here in London, here in Regent Street in an Apple store. in the royal capital of London, well, the royal capital of England, in United Kingdom of Great Britain. It's European North Atlantic Trading Organization. Includes the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Book of Mormon also in London over since February. So if everybody would like to help me out to sing, we're singing from Bible New Testament, but also like the Essential Evangelist, chapter 13. As I I'm promising you heaven treasures. See first the kingdom of heaven and treasures of heaven and righteousness. And all things and all things will be added unto you. So as I also desire to be perfect as heavenly Father, heaven is perfect, I remember scripture that is in Matthew chapter 1, verse 21, and that's a prophecy that in Bethlehem is supposed to be born. And now the king of Israel, the king of Israel that was born in Bethlehem, here Jesus Christ, is supposed to deliver his people and save his people from their sins. Let's remember in the Book of Mormon, preach the gospel of Jesus Christ, preach the unity of the household of God, or equality of the household of God, as Jesus Christ said to authority among us. It's not a wonderful thing. It's that, for example, if members of the Church of Jesus Christ will let us in the comfort, members of the Church of Jesus Christ will let us say, can involve non-members to become members. You know, laugh on that. Or you can just comforted and they still allow it. So I believe that the army will be also permitted as members. So anybody who would like to give them flowers or any such small souvenirs before they really pay those great amounts of BYU and great amounts of Dice Company, and the charity is the Minister that literally says that. Maybe such a small souvenir will make it happen possible. I remember I provided each bouquet of flowers. So I got flowers and the husband of Dad's sister that was actively also organizing the chapel, and she was also having many other colleagues like Yamum and the instructor she was, maybe Yamum president, maybe instructor. So she was the seriously the flowers that has been baptized me, and his name is Robert Anton, Peter Robert Anton Yancey, and his sister's name is Miroslava Maria Beta Mente. Beta Mente is the daughter of my grandfather who then married someone from Baksay in Sandy, son of Ottawa. By the way, from Ottawa, India, but the grandmother really lives somewhere with black people, like not too far from Ottawa, India, where Pontiac was a chief. So if you might maybe wish to another, God will meet us, so we'll meet again. I'm sending farewell. And if you would like to inspire me next time, more perfect, or remind more perfect video. So, bye. Love you. Thank you.